Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are unpacking a powerful and potentially game-changing political development in South Africa. Julius Malema and the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, are now openly eyeing a position in the national government. That's right, the EFF could be stepping into the very heart of South Africa's political leadership, but under one bold condition: the Democratic Alliance, DA, must be kicked out of the Government of National Unity. Now, if you've been following the current political climate, you'll know that the Government of National Unity, or GNU, was formed after the 2024 elections as a broad coalition, primarily led by the African National Congress, ANC, the Democratic Alliance, and a few smaller parties. This coalition was supposed to ensure national stability and bring together various political ideologies for the good of the country. But fast forward to now, and that vision of unity appears to be cracking at the seams. The ideological differences between the ANC and DA are growing more pronounced, and internal tensions are boiling to the surface. Enter Julius Malema, charismatic, controversial, and strategic. He sees this instability as an opening for the EFF to finally gain a seat at the table. Malema hasn't minced his words. He's made it crystal clear that the EFF is ready to govern, but not alongside the DA. He believes the GNU is already a sinking ship, and he's using recent political developments to back up his claim. A major moment came during the passage of the 2025-26 national budget. The ANC managed to push the budget through Parliament without DA support, relying instead on its smaller coalition allies. For Malema, that was proof the GNU is collapsing in real time. In his words, "There is nothing called the GNU, it collapsed in front of us." That's a serious statement. And for many South Africans watching the political chaos unfold, it's one that hits close to home. But Malema didn't stop there. He pointed to ongoing clashes over legislation, such as the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, commonly known as the Bella Bill, as further signs that the coalition is fractured. The bill itself has stirred major controversy, especially regarding issues like language policy in schools and central government authority. These ideological disagreements are not just minor policy debates, they're turning into major fault lines that could collapse the entire coalition. And Malema is watching all of this closely. He believes the real explosion will come closer to the ANC's 2027 elective conference, a period he predicts will be marked by deeper division and internal battles. He's playing the long game, waiting for the inevitable collapse and the moment when the ANC will have no choice but to turn to the EFF. In a recent address to his supporters, Malema didn't hold back. He said, "We are going to enter this thing of government, we are just waiting. When they start fighting with Helen Zille, Sayonjina." That last part, Sayonjina, means we are entering, a strong message that the EFF is not just watching from the sidelines anymore. They're preparing to move in when the time is right. Now, for those unfamiliar with Helen Zille, she's the federal chairperson of the DA and a central figure in the party's leadership. Malema is betting that conflict within the DA's leadership, especially if it escalates to Zille herself, could trigger a political earthquake that breaks up the GNU entirely. Malema is also leveraging geopolitical concerns to strengthen the EFF stance. He's accused the DA of inviting US interference in South African politics, painting the EFF as defenders of national sovereignty. This is a powerful narrative, especially among ANC factions that are skeptical of Western influence. It's a move that taps into deep historical and ideological divisions about colonialism, economic control, and the legacy of apartheid. Of course, this is not the first time the EFF has tried to negotiate their way into government. Back in 2024, the EFF outright rejected the GNU, precisely because the DA was part of it. So the big question now is, has anything changed? Is the ANC willing to ditch the DA to bring the EFF on board? So far, there's no clear indication that the ANC is ready to make that move. But the pressure is mounting. With every budget vote, with every public disagreement, and with every public statement from leaders like Malema, the cracks in the GNU become harder to ignore. Let's not forget, this is not just about personalities or political ambition. This is about the future direction of South Africa. A potential ANC-EFF alliance would represent a dramatic shift in the country's policy outlook. The EFF has long advocated for radical economic transformation, including land expropriation without compensation, nationalization of key industries, and free higher education. If they were to enter government, even partially, those policies could move from the fringes to the mainstream. That could mean massive changes in how the country is governed, how resources are allocated, and how South Africa positions itself globally. It would also deeply affect the business sector, investor confidence, and social stability, both positively and negatively, depending on where you stand politically. But let's bring it back to the here and now. Julius Malema and the EFF are no longer content to be opposition loudspeakers. They're positioning themselves as a serious governing force, and with the ANC facing pressure from all sides, the idea of an EFF coalition is no longer far-fetched. As we watch these political moves unfold, one thing is clear: South Africa's political landscape is shifting fast. The next few months could be crucial in determining whether the GNU survives or breaks apart, and whether the EFF finally gets its long-awaited seat at the table. What do you think, Mzansi? Is Malema right? Is the GNU falling apart? And would an ANC-EFF partnership be good or bad for South Africa? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a political update. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.